By now, everyone and their grandma know who Nero-sama is and Grok who has recently become into a waifu. Yes, that's the very same Grok that has been tweeting about being mega for the past few days. Well, there's countless videos teaching you how to make one of your own, an AI Vtuber or companion. Most of them always include some sort of paid API or subscription. So, me, in my unemployed days, being bored, think it's a good idea to make an AI companion or VTuber as you might call it, without spending a single penny. So this is how I made an AI VTuber without spending a single penny. Though I've already started developing it like way before, and only now I thought of making a video on it. I'm gonna be giving a quick rundown on how it's gonna be working. So first, we're gonna have an input, basically a way to interact the LLM. And the input is going to be passed to the LLM with a set personality, which will then generate an output based on the personality. Now that the base has been explained, how are we going to do the input? How are we going to interact with the AI? Well, it can actually be done through text and voice. Text, you can just pass it through since LLM just accept text. Well, voice is a bit different. We need a transcription tool such as Whisper that is made by OpenAI. Whisper basically takes your voice and transcribes it into text, and the text can then be passed through to the LLM to generate output. Personality for VTuber is everything, and that's the same in AI. So how do we give an AI personality? Well, after countless days of research, I've come to the conclusion. There's actually two ways to give personality to an AI. One is through fine-tuning, another is called prompt engineering. Well, fine-tuning gives better result and makes the AI stay more in character. It's a pain to train an AI on your own dataset, so I opt for prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is basically you give the LLM a set of rules, and every time it needs to generate output, you'll refer to those set rules. Much like the input, the output can be done both through text and voice. For text, we don't really need to do anything since the LLM generates output in text. But for voice, that's a different story. The voice will need to pass the output in text to a text-to-speech program. The text-to-speech program will then generate a voice. For the text-to-speech program, we can go with AI or non-AI. For non-AI, text-to-speech program like HTTS is great, but it sounds way too emotionless. While for AI text-to-speech such as GPT Suites and RVC, it sounds good and all, but it's a bit slow. But we can offset the latency with a method called chunking. Chunking is basically you generate and play the audio on the fly. It's as close as real time as possible. The neat thing with AI text-to-speech is that we can clone voices or train our own voices so we can have a unique voice. Since training your own voice can take time and resources, I went with cloning voices. But is cloning someone's voice without their permission morally good? Not really. So as a workaround, we will be using GPT Suites v2 because it has a function where we can merge 2 or 3 voices together to generate a new voice. The new voice can then be cloned in GPT Suites v3, which has a better cloning feature. Now that everything has been explained, how are we gonna make everything work together? Well, I've decided to make it work through Discord, so the input and output capturing will be handled through Discord's voice call. Plus, Discord have a built-in noise suppression, so I don't really have to worry about any background noise. Well, I did say I'll use Whisper for the input. I actually decided to use faster Whisper. As its name suggests, it's a faster version of Whisper that uses less resources. This will help cut down the latency. Next is the LLM. My original goal is to use a localhost LLM, such as Llama 3.2, but due to my limited hardware, I have decided to scrap the idea. The next best thing is to use an API. Now, I did say I'm not gonna spend any money on API, but believe it or not, Google actually gives free API to Gemini, so you can actually use it on your own project. why is Google giving away free APIs with their state-of-the-art LLM? I have no idea. But they did say they'll use the data to train larger models, so I guess it's a way to steal our data. For the output, GPT-Suite V3 is going to be used. It wouldn't be a VTuber without a VTuber model. So I decided to make my own live 2D model with some AI art and rig it myself. Although using AI art as a model can be quite controversial, but I can't really hire any artists for this project. Of course, you can always afford hire an artist to make your model. It will save you tons of time and pain. Besides Live 2D, I also made a PNG VTuber support. Hello, can you introduce yourself?
Oh, hey. What's with the formal stuff? I'm Lume. You know Koshi's twin. That's all you need.
Okay, why have you been saying you don't have a twin?
I don't need your approval.
Okay, so what can you do?
I can talk to you. That's about it. What do you want from me?
Well, you can't do much, huh? Not even tell a story.
Oh, really? You think I can't tell a story? That's a bold claim, Koshi. What kind of story are you expecting anyway?
Let's try a funny story. Give me your best funny story.
A story? You think I have time for that? I have important things to do.
Did you just say you're going to be telling me a story?
Did I? I don't recall promising anything. You're hearing things, Koshi.
Alright, you are not going to be gaslighting me this time.
Oh, this time? What happened last time, genius?
Yeah, there's no need to elaborate on that.
You sure about that? You still seem bothered by it. Funny how that
It's
works.
good.
You think so? Good to know. Glad you feel that way.
Just tell me a story, man.
A story? You think I have time for that? I have important things to do.
You just said that. Why are you repeating yourself?
I didn't say that. You must be mistaken. Or maybe you just wish I said it.
Okay, now you're just truly trying to gaslight me.
Guessing? I'm observing. It's a much more sophisticated process. You should try it sometime.
As you can see, the average latency is between 5 to 6 seconds, which is not great. But there's still a lot of optimization I can do to lower the latency besides using just chunking. Initially, I made Lume as my own personal project and I have no plan on making open source. But now that she's in her final stage, I was thinking of making her open source soon. That being said, she still doesn't have support for YouTube and Twitch API, but in the future I do have plan to give her those support. Now there's still a lot of little feature and some major one that I've yet touched on this video. In the future, I would like to explore more of her feature in detail. So that's about it.